This is Keeyahtay Lewis with Deadbolt Photos. I'm sitting here with the one and only Anthony Green. If you're watching this video, then you probably already know who he is. If you don't know who he is, then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not the only Anthony Green though, dude. There's
yeah, but you're the Anthony Green.
Greens out there.
You're the Anthony
There's
Green.
like
now.
an Anthony Green from Philly that is born on my birthday.
But he's probably doing nothing with his life. Let's be honest. What's that guy doing?
I don't know. We don't stay in touch.
See? You're for all intents and purposes, for this interview at least.
Most of the other Anthony Greens that I've met in my life or that I've seen are black.
Or black.
Yeah.
My name's Keeyahtay Lewis, so you know how that shit goes down. Everybody I meet that even remotely sounds like Keeyahtay is definitely black. So I understand that. That definitely happens.
That's racist. Man.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, you're on tour right now.
We don't tolerate that type of shit here.
We'll take it offside the bus for next time. I know you're on tour right now. It's winding down. You guys have what, another week or two? It's coming to close. Yeah,
3 days actually.
You're on tour right now with the Sleeper Agent and Maps and Atlases. What made you choose those bands to come on tour with?
Well, I got introduced to Maps and Atlases from their old label, Sargent House. Kathy and I have been friends for a long time, and just been a huge fan. Their music is really appealing to me. I relate to it. They're fucking awesome musicians. And Sleeper Agent was a suggestion made to us by a couple different people, managers and booking agents and stuff, and we checked them out and we were like, fuck yeah, they're pretty awesome. So.
I actually just caught their set right before I came out here, and they were definitely very good.
They're awesome.
Right now, you know, with Circa Survive, you guys are definitely an established touring, you know, headlining band. Do you feel like that smaller bands that come on a roll with you, you know, such as the ones you're touring with now, do you think they look up to you guys?
I think that there's a mutual admiration between all the bands on the tour. I don't think there's like a level of which, you know, anybody looks up to somebody or looks, you know, I think we're all learning from each other, and there's a real mutual admiration.
Any tour pranks? Any stories you want to share?
We bought this taser for, like, you know, at like a flea market,
yeah.
And we've just been tasing each other, like crazy.
Hopefully I'll miss out on that. You know, we'll see how it goes.
But no, you know, we're like, when it comes to this show, we're pretty serious.
Yeah.
But other than the tasing and stuff like that.
And the ranch dressing and the Triscuits, that's part of that. You personally, I know you've been involved in the creation of, you know, a lot of different kinds of music, you know, going way back to Seosin, to, you know, your solo work, to the sounds of Animal Fighting. Like, what keeps you inspired? What keeps you writing? You know, because you're really putting out, especially for your age, like you're still a young guy, and you put out like so many different songs. What keeps you inspired?
I mean, I'm a music lover. Music is my religion. You know, it gives me, you know, all types of fucking hope that the world is, you know, a good place. You know, when there's all types of signs telling you constantly that it isn't. So I believe in music, and I believe in its ability to heal and save, and it's also, you know, a strong, powerful force that can be very destructive too. So, you know, we try to, you know, do our best to keep the creative, spiritual, creative aspect of it open, and really try to connect with that feeling, you know, that essence of it. And that's always what drove us. You know, it's hard for me to speak for everybody, but I think that, you know, we're all pretty driven by that, just that love of music, and the way it feels like when you do something, when something happens, or you hear something, or what's a song you're listening to right now that you love?
I'm rocking out the new Thrice album heavily right now.
Okay,
so Words on the Water.
Yeah. So okay, when you're listening to that song, and like that feeling you get where it's indescribable, you know, that is my God. And that's what I worship, and that's what I want to be a part of creating, and that's what I want to be around, and that's all I want.
There's something I was actually going to ask later on, but it kind of ties into this. You know, primarily I'm a photographer, and there's sometimes I'm shooting, I'll take a picture, and I'm just like, holy shit, and I call it like my aha moment. Like, when's the last time you had a moment like that, where, you know, not necessarily even music related, just in general, where we're just like, holy shit. You know, and you just took a second to like breathe it in. Well,
it actually does have to do with music. I was listening to a song this morning, a Feist song on her new album, and the sun was out, and I was looking at our tour bus, and I was looking at this empty parking lot, and I felt it.
You're married. You got a new kid now. You know, he's not James. You know, he's not very old. How has touring changed for you? now versus when you were, 22, 23 years old?
I mean, it's not like getting out of mom and dad's basement anymore,
Yeah.
But it's good to miss people and miss things. I'd rather have people that I miss in my life, and then have nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the new bands coming out now? Besides you just mentioned the Thrice song, like what's some new music you've heard?
Well, that new Thrice album's fucking great.
Yeah. I know you toured those dudes.
The Collins solo record, Psychic Babble. I believe it's called My Sister's Ears, My Brother's Eyes, or it could be reversed. It's fucking incredible. Let me try to think. The new that new Bon Iver record's great.
That's fantastic.
The new Beirut record's really good. The Moving Mountains album is incredible. There's so much great music that came out this year.
I feel like this year was like definitely a lot of great albums came out. And people, a lot of people complain. There's still a lot of bullshit out there, but I feel like if you take the time out and you actually look for good bands and good music, it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I think people love to just sit back and judge, what is good and what isn't good, and everybody wants to be everybody thinks that what they believe in is the right thing to believe in, but it's not. Music should not limit people. It should not limit your ability to make connections with people. And if you don't like something, you're not drawn to it, then then don't go toward it. The more you discuss the things that you hate about things, the more that's what you become.
Yeah.
I never could understand critics or just people in general that have overzealous amounts of hate for fucking shit that they don't like. It's like, well, then fucking shut up about it. Talk about the shit you do like.
Yeah.
Spread the word about that. There's nothing you're gonna do to change anything, about things you don't like about music by bitching about it. You go do something better.
Yeah, and that's a good point. When people find out that I was going to be talking to you, the question I got over and over and over is, when's the new Circa record coming out? How's the writing process coming for that? You think this will be the last time you guys are touring on your last album? How's the process coming for the new record?
We start recording as soon as this tour's over.
Fantastic.
And we should have a record done by the end of the year.
Okay.
And I'd like to say that it could come out in the beginning of the summer, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm sure everybody watching this will be very excited about that.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited about it too, personally. So that'll be something for me to look forward to as well.
We're going to play 2 new songs here tonight. I hope you like them.
How has the crowd been reacting to their music so far?
Really good.
Nice.
Way surprisingly good.
All right. Your fans are pretty ravenous, like as both Anthony Green and Circa Survive fans are pretty loyal. So I'm sure that everybody will be excited to hear that tonight too. Here in Sayreville, New Jersey. So
this is our shit.
It'll be good.
Feels like a hometown show.
It's it's kind of close.
Anywhere like even like like Philly, Jersey, Long Island, New York. Even as far west, like L.A. and Arizona, and places like Texas, and all those places feel like hometown shows to us. We're very lucky to have such insane fans that are just like us, just insane about music, and the music that they love, they fucking love it. They're fucking ravenous about it, and that's the way it should be. I'd rather have passionate fans, than just lukewarm fucking bullshit. I think that's what I think that's what you get. I feel like most of the people that are big Circa fans or fans or whatever are in bands and make music, and they understand it. You play our music for 90% of the population, and they're like, "What? This is fucking weird. I don't like this."
I've actually had a conversation with a drummer friend of mine. I used to play music. I used to sing in bands about both your band and Thrice. The same type of deal. I think if you're a musician, or if you play music, you kind of appreciate it more. You listen to it, and it's a little bit different than just somebody that just loves music.
I'd rather be the type of band that you either love or you hate. Indifference is fucking stupid.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't playing music?
I don't even like to play with that question.
Alright, well, we can move on. I know I saw there was a clip of you like on LA Ink, and you got a tattoo by I just forgot his name.
Dan Smith.
Dan Smith, yeah. what other tattoos? You know, tattoos and musicians definitely go hand in hand. Is that your favorite? The James tattoo, is that your favorite one you have?
Yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite tattoo. This is close second. This was done by Keith Underwood, and it's just like one of my favorite tattoos ever. And it's one of my favorite like things.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of the candle, burning it up, yeah, doing as much as you can while you can.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing too, I guess, and that's definitely what you're doing.
That's what everybody should be doing, man. Yeah. Life's fucking short, man. Even if it's burning at both ends and going out quick, at least it's bright.
Yeah, at least it makes an impact. Last question. You know, you said that could possibly, hopefully, looking forward to a new record in the next year. What else can we look forward to? You know, from you and from Circa Survive for 2012. Year, you know, 2011 is almost over.
I have a record coming out January 22nd called Beautiful Things, and then Circa's record will come out, you know, spring, summer of 2012. And then I have another record that I'd like to try to put out around October, November of 2012 called Young Legs. And Casey from the Deer Hunter and I are working on a project that we'd like to get out, at least an EP or something by next year. And a couple other things that I can't really talk about. But
sounds like going to be a busy year then.
Every year should be a busy year.
It's Keeyahtay Lotus and Devo Photos. We're sitting here with Anthony Green. He had to step out for a second. Gonna be shooting the show tonight. It's right there. Gonna be shooting the show tonight.
My penis.
He's touching his penis. I'm not touching it, just for clarification purposes.
No, he touched it earlier.
Maybe a little while ago. It's nice. Getting ready to shoot the show tonight, so you can check out the pictures on devophotos.com.
Why does it burn?
You might need to get a doctor to take a look at that if it burns while you pee. That's not good. Check out the pictures on devophotos.com or on audioperv.com.
It burns.